You are tuning in 10 minutes of BPTV News, brought to you by Bình Phước Television Station and Newspaper. I'm with you with the latest news for today. Vietnam launched National Master Plan for 2021 to 2030. Education Minister hosts working session with Bình Phước leaders. President lauds VCCI for contributions to national development. Vietjet opens Cần Thơ Quảng Ninh route. Leaders from the Provincial Party Committee and People's Committee of Bình Phước recently attended a teleconference chaired by Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính to launch the National Master Plan for 2021 to 2030 with a vision to 2050.
At the teleconference, with the theme New Mindset, New Vision, New Opportunities, New Values, Prime Minister Truyền said the first National Master Plan is a strategic measure for socio-economic development during the 10-year period. To effectively implement the master plan, he expressed a hope that the government will receive coordination from the party, the National Assembly, the Vietnam Fatherland Front, authorities at all levels, people, partners, and domestic and foreign investors.
Minister of Education and Training Nguyễn Kim Sơn and a delegation from the ministry held a recent working session with Bình Phước leaders on measures to develop human resources.
Situated in the dynamic southeastern region, Bình Phước has growing demand for human resources to serve its socio-economic development. Developing cooperation with multidisciplinary research universities, such as the Vietnam National University, Ho Chi Minh City, is important for Bình Phước to expand its human resources. Minister Sơn said Bình Phước and the Vietnam National University have coordinated well in training, but both sides need to sharpen the focus on fields where the province holds strengths. He added that the ministry will work to support human resources development in Bình Phước as well as other localities.
The National Planning Information and Database System were inaugurated during teleconference to launch the National Master Plan for 2021 to 2030 with a vision to 2050.
The system provides information and data on planning work, collects and updates input on planning data, receives feedback, and supervises planning implementation. Along with saving time and cost, the system also facilitates researches and the use of planning information. The Ministry of Planning and Investment will continue working this year to complete the database, while instructing ministries, branches, and localities on updating planning data and connecting it with other databases.
The Vietnam Chamber of Commerce and Industry held a ceremony to mark its 60th founding anniversary in Hanoi on April 26. President Võ Văn Thưởng attended the event.
President Võ Văn Thưởng commended the continued meaningful contributions of the Vietnam Chamber of Commerce and Industry to national construction and development while addressing a ceremony in Hanoi on April 26, marking its 60th anniversary. The Chamber has worked hard to support Vietnamese businesses and offered consultations to the party and state on policy making and international integration, the President said. He asked the Chamber to raise its capacity and overcome limitations and shortcomings to better perform its role and tasks, thus contributing more to national economic development. The VCCI and the business circle should make greater efforts to promote the Vietnamese brand in the international market and expand cooperation with international partners for mutual successes, Thưởng suggested.
The same day, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính gave a reception for Belarusian Minister of Internal Affairs, Ivan Kubakov.
At the meeting, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính said Vietnam attaches great importance to further strengthening traditional friendship and cooperation with Belarus. He suggested the sides effectively sustain the existing cooperation mechanisms and fields, and study and develop new mechanisms and initiatives to jointly respond to new challenges. Chính noted that Vietnam welcomes Belarusian enterprises and commits to creating favorable conditions for them to expand their investments and long-term business in Vietnam. Vietnam also wants Belarus facilitation for more Vietnamese goods, particularly agroforestry products, to enter its market, he added.
A ceremony was held in Buenos Aires on April 25 local time to mark the 50th founding anniversary of the Vietnam-Argentina diplomatic relations. With the theme Present and Future, National Assembly Chairman Vương Đình Huệ attended the event.
In his remarks, Chairman of the External Relations Committee of the Argentine Chamber of Deputies, Eduardo Valdez, stressed that the Vietnamese National Assembly chairman's visit is an important milestone, allowing the two sides to substantiate their cooperation in the interests of the two peoples. In his speech at the ceremony, National Assembly Chairman Vuong Dinh Huy briefed participants on the socio-economic situation and Vietnam's external policies after 37 years of implementing the renewal cause. He affirmed that amid the complicated and fierce competition among world powers, Vietnam is determined not to take sides but to choose the right, based on international law. The Vietnamese top legislator said that amid the current complicated world situation, Vietnam and Argentina should support and supplement each other in terms of economy following the South-South cooperation mechanism.
The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development has forecast that Vietnam's economy will grow firmly, with its GDP projected at 6.5% in 2023 and 6.6% next year, according to an economic survey announced at a ceremony in Hanoi on April 26.
According to the OECD, the openness of Vietnam's economy leaves it exposed to geopolitical uncertainties and potential supply chain disruptions. Weathering significant challenges ahead, Vietnam needs to make additional efforts to advance structural reforms that will further strengthen market forces. It suggested Vietnam consider providing targeted financial support to households strongly affected by high energy and food prices, prepare a concrete medium-term fiscal consolidation plan to further enhance revenue, expand the tax base, continue to simplify business regulations, and enhance digital skills. To guide all economic sectors to a low-carbon path, a clear and predictable long-term climate change strategy should be prepared. This strategy should include an energy sector reform which is crucial to upscale investment in renewable strategy, it said.
With a population of some 125 million people and a food self-sufficiency rate of less than 38%, Japan is a market of potential for agricultural and food processing companies and considered a launch pad for Vietnamese brands.
With a complex distribution system and strict food safety standards, Japan is one of the most demanding markets in the world, but there are many Vietnamese businesses who still want to take on the challenge of entering the market. Ma Son Consumer is a typical example. In August 2019, it launched Chinso chili sauce in Japan. The product not only meets the strict standards set by Japan, but also suits the tastes of the Japanese people. The move will serve as a lever for Chinso chili sauce to penetrate into many other markets around the world, such as China, the Republic of Korea, Australia, Europe, and North America. Along with Ma Son, Pan Group, another major agricultural and food group from Vietnam, has also left a mark in the hearts of Japanese customers. Before Ma Son and the Pan Group, in June 2022, the Tan Long Group held a ceremony to launch its rice product in Japan.
Vietjet inaugurated the first route connecting the Mekong Delta city of Cần Thơ and Vân Đồn in the northern province of Quảng Ninh on April 25th.
The new age carriers provide service on the route with 2 return flights per week on Tuesdays and Saturdays. With flight time of 2 hours and 20 minutes, it's easy for people to travel from the capital of the southwest region to Quảng Ninh, the key economic regions of the northeast, home to the world's natural heritage Hạ Long Bay. The new route also makes it easier to the transportation of goods and fresh seafood from the southwestern region to Vân Đồn, Móng Cái border gate in Quảng Ninh province and vice versa. It opens up opportunities to develop tourism and trade much more easily than ever between the two major economic regions.
That is the end of our bulletin today. To request this news, you can download BPTV Go or visit our website and YouTube channel. Thanks for staying with us and see you next time.